show. Now you know.
You are listening to Studio Q.
Welcome to another edition of Studio Q. We have a wonderful, wonderful interview coming up for you with Chris, also known as PsychicHeartsEye. She's going to give us some world predictions. She's going to give us some celebrity predictions. She's going to talk about her psychic gift. She may even read a couple people. I mean, it is going to be fun and interesting. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce PsychicHeartsEye on the line. Hello.
Hey everybody. Thank you so much, Quencie and everyone for having me. All glory to God. I just want to put that out there because he needs recognition for this moment.
I want to know, when did you discover your gift of having psychic ability?
For me, you guys, it started around the age of 9. Oh my gosh, I was so young. Started at the age of 9. My grandmother took care of me. I had my own bedroom at that time, but I was always fearful of sleeping in the bedroom. And when she started making me sleep in the bedroom, is when it all came to me. I feel like I always had the gift, but they really couldn't be present because I had always slept in the bed with her, but I would feel them. I hadn't started seeing them yet. Meaning, when I say them, you guys, I'm talking about those that are crossed over and deceased. The other veil is so thin, so you have to be spiritually within your mind's eye and allowed to see them, and God granted me the ability to, and it started at 9 for me. I would be woken up throughout the night by, I'm saying over 100 spirits, trying to have me to communicate with them about, why they crossed over and if I could help them, or some would be in denial that they were even crossed over. I was confused. I didn't know at that time that, these were deceased people that I was talking to. I had no idea what was going on. I was scared. I didn't understand it. My aunt also stayed at the house with us at that time, and I would scream, and I would, have them to come in the room, and I would say, do you guys see all these people talking to me, asking me to help them? And they would say, honey, no. And they would all be surrounding me trying to talk. Everyone's trying to talk at once. How I see you, Quencie, how I would see anybody else in the physical realm here, was how I would see them, but no one else could. And that, being a little kid, I'm just trying to, figure it out.
How did you really, really deal with such an overwhelming thing? Because the way you described it, it sounds like the scene in Ghost, when all of these people are on the other side of Whoopi Goldberg and nobody else can see them.
At the age 9, I didn't have an understanding of who I was. I didn't have an understanding of what it was. They wouldn't be bad. They wouldn't come to me with bad intentions trying to harm me. I never seen anything bad. They were nice. They was just needing help and closure and trying to talk to me. But at that time, being a little girl, I had no understanding. I didn't know. So what I would do, I would block it out with fear. I would run from it. I would hide from it. My grandmother and my aunt, they didn't understand it. They never tried to admit me on meds. They knew that I was seeing things that they couldn't, just didn't understand it. But yeah, definitely I would run, I would hide in fear. I would try to block it off, although I could. I would say about the age 15 through 18, I would drink. I would drink to try to suppress what I would see and hear. Mm-hmm. So I would think that maybe they won't come to me no more if I do this. Maybe they won't come to me. Maybe they'll just leave me alone and never stop. I didn't embrace it when I was younger because it was something I didn't know how to embrace.
How was school? Did you see them in school?
Girl, I would see them everywhere. Especially at the cemetery. The cemetery growing up was like the playground to me. At a certain point, I would just go in there like, look at all these people that no one else could see.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Look at, you go in the hospital, I would walk in hospitals, look at all these people, that no one else could see. you know, me in that time, and I'm knowing that they're spirits now. Once I got a little older, about the age 15, 14, I'm knowing that they're spirits. I know that they're crossed over. But, you know, in school, I would definitely have to block it out because they would come try to help me in classrooms. I'm trying to definitely block it out. I can't think that people don't think I'm crazy if I say something if I'm at school. I got to pass finals. I got midterms coming up. You know, they're going to think I'm a nutcase. In school, I definitely have to hide it. I can't go and tell my dean, you know, hey, I have an issue today. You know, I see things that no one else can see. She's going to be like, what are you talking about? Yeah, definitely in school, I would definitely suppress it the most and black it out. And they definitely would be there. They would definitely try to come and be there. And I didn't know how to really completely close it out at that time. And so it was a struggle for me.
Well, take us through the journey of being so afraid of this obvious gift that you have that, you know, nobody else is really experiencing around you, to the point rather that you embraced your gift.
It was definitely lonely. It was definitely lonely. I had one best friend at the time, and we're still best friends today, and she was the only friend that I had opened up to. I had told her around the age 16, because I knew that she unconditionally loved me and would understand me if I told her. And I just told her one day, I said, I have an ability. You know, I see things that other people can't, and I see things that have already happened to people. I see things that's about to happen to people. And I confided in her, and she looked at me and she said, I know already. She said, and I'm here for you. So, you know, she definitely understood. She didn't turn her back on me or think I was crazy or weird or nothing like that. And it was definitely lonely, though, you know, because as you're dealing with it, you can't really tell a lot of people about it. So you become more suppressed, you know, within yourself. You bottle it up. And I would do that more so just within my schooling. Like, all my family knew, you know, all of the main people that mattered knew. But my social life was sacrificed because I could not open up to people that I went to school with. You know, I couldn't open up to my teachers or my neighbors. And, you know, so definitely my social life was sacrificed, which caused a lot of loneliness. About the age, I would say 18, I had met a young lady. And actually, we had just became, like, cool friends, and we would talk. And she came out the blue with it. She said to me, at that time I hadn't created a spiritual name, but she said, Chris, why aren't you not using your gifts that God gave you? And I pretended like I didn't know what she was talking about because I didn't want to deal with it. I really didn't want to deal with it. I didn't want to talk about it. I tried to ignore it. And I said, what are you referring to? And she said, you have the same abilities that I do. You can see things before they happen. Your gift is meant to use people to help them on their journey, their path, or to get them on the right path. For example, if I see somebody that's getting ready to get into a car, and my spirit guides tell me, tell that person to go get their tires changed. Well, it's meant for me to deliver that message to them. What they do with the message is up to them.
Gotcha.
I'm just a portal for the message to be delivered. So if that person go and get their tires changed, that's good. If they don't, well, I still did my part. You know, 3 days later, you know, I've had people say, you know, I didn't listen to you. I didn't go get my tires changed. And guess what? I had a blowout on a Highway 19. I should have listened to you. How did you know that? How did you? What made you tell me that? Then I'll open up and I'll share with them, you know, the other part or the other side of me. So yeah, definitely. It switched after that because she started spiritually teaching me how to shut it on and shut it off. That's what I had always felt to know how to do when I was younger. And when she started teaching me how to shut it on and shut it off, and only use it for certain things, not to abandon it, but use it when it's meant to be used. It helped me so much, and I fell in love with myself. I started embracing my abilities. Like, wow, I'm awesome. I'm meant to do this. Yeah, if you don't use any gift or talent that was God given to you, it can be completely taken from you. I was so blessed that it wasn't completely taken from me once I started embracing it. But she mentored me for about 2 years. Didn't charge me a dime. Someone I didn't even know, she just popped up, and we became internet friends. Her name was Amanda. Shout out to her. I looked up to her so much. She took out the time every day to at least spiritually direct me for at least 15 to 20 minutes every day. Chris, this is how you do this with your gift. Because she was psychic herself, so she totally understood what it was like growing up not to have direction or understand. And that's the worst thing anybody could go through that has spiritual gifts, is not to have direction or understanding of it. When they just simply trying to find themselves. You'll feel like you're an outcast sometimes. You won't feel like you're fitting in. It's lonely. But once you embrace your power and know what you're meant to do here, it's like can't nothing stop you, can't nothing hold you back. And so I would say definitely around the age 18 is when I really fully embraced it, after she taught me how to shut it on and shut it off, because we definitely need those moments of us time, me time, just peace, just solitude, just, meditation, listening to God. Praying is when people vent to God about their issues and what they're going through, or asking God for stuff. But meditation is when you just be quiet and listen to Spirit. Spirit talks to us in so many ways, whether it's through numbers, whether it's through a song, whether it's through a feeling. I don't know for you, Quencie, but have you ever just walked in a room and it was a room full of people and the energy got quiet and you felt a little odd, or you walk into a room and it's happy energy? If you're quiet and you listen, you'll feel it. You could feel people out very easily. I feel that we're definitely all given the ability to be intuitive. Intuition is when you feel. It's like an instant knowing. You just look at someone and be like, they're having a bad day today.
Right.
And if they, and if you would have long enough, they'll start opening up to you. I've been going through this, girl. I've been going through that. But it was something that you already felt in your gut. You already knew it, or you could feel, energy. You can walk into, everything has energy. Not everything has spirit. Homes have energy. You can walk into a person's home and feel if it's lonely, if it's happy, if it's not right. That's your intuition. Use it.
I know that there are there's just skeptics in the world about psychic power, psychic energy, but it definitely seems to be double time if you're African American. Because
it does.
so talk about being black and psychic.
Man, it used to really break my heart, when people that are so-called Christians that are really hypocrite, judge, oh, that's evil, that's this. People are conditioned to think that way. Have you researched what this person's abilities are? Have you just, are you just nonchalant about understanding and seeking knowledge of it? Many people are just ignorant because they don't have knowledge or education to understand it. So they're quick to judge. They're conditioned to appear how others want them to appear because, they feel like, I'm really into psychics, but if I showcased her, say, for example, on my Facebook, I'll be judged by some of my friends. Or if I talk about this to my congregation, I'm going to be judged by, the people in my congregation. So I got to look down on that. Before Christianity, there was no religion. It was simply to know, simply to spread love to people. You do right You be a good person. You live your destiny, your purpose. You don't care about what people think about you. People are quick in the black community to care about what others think about them. And a lot of times, they're quick to think that you owe them something. I receive a lot of inboxes. I have a lot of supporters from the black community. Half of them don't support it if they're on religion. There's a lot of black people that are spiritualists, whether they're shamans, they're mystics, they're healers. They don't get credit, and a lot of them are fearful of coming out because their family and their elders are conditioned to think that it's evil. Oh, that's evil. That's witchcraft. How so when I never asked to have the ability in the first place? All I do is help nurture people and heal people. How is it evil? Now, I do understand that it can be used for evil, but people don't know that everything happens in a spiritual realm first. That's how we have prophets. That's how we have seers. Everything before it comes in a physical realm first has to go through the spirit. Everything starts with the spirit. So this is how many of us are able to see things before it happens. That's just a slight example and a little knowledge base for those that don't understand it. And if you don't understand it, research and learn. Be loving and be compassionate to try to understand people. Majority of the time, they don't. They're quick to be judgy. They're quick to be everything that they're saying the other person is. But what I have to realize that other people's opinions and beliefs of me is not my business. But when I was younger, you see, I didn't understand that because I was open. I was emotional. I was just trying to find understanding and guidance. But as you get older and you become more wiser and more you ascend spiritually, those things don't affect you. It's like you're like instantly protected from it. I don't knock someone that don't understand it. I don't have nothing but love for them. But what I will suggest is that they research it and learn about it before they place judgment. And also, they need to stop caring about what other people think about them. Half of them DM you or inbox you for reading, Christians and all. Girl, I know that you do them readings, but I got family on my page, and I'm a Christian, but can you look into this for me?
Really?
Really? Yes. It's not me to judge, but just be true to yourself.
Right.
It all stems back for the love of yourself.
Right. So the same people that may outwardly judge you may privately seek your guidance.
They do. They do all the time. They do all the time. And, it's sad, but it's like I said, now I know it's none of my business. I'm not walking around with a fake mask on myself. I'm staying true within my abilities and who I am. I'm not having to inbox you secretly. I don't have to do nothing secretly.
Right.
I love myself. I could be stand tall within my gifts, and I care about what people think about me no more. Care too much about what the next person think about them, or people are ignorant and lack knowledge. So they're quick to say, ooh, they weird, or they don't know what they're talking about, or they crazy. No, you're just ignorant. You just don't understand it. Never knock what you don't understand. I want to bring us this. For the last question of the black community not supporting their own with spiritual gifts.
Sure.
You know what? You could turn on the TV and there's John Edwards, Long Island Medium.
Yep.
They have support system from their culture.
The new kid who just got a new show on E, Tyler, he's 19. Yeah.
They have support. But you know what? People that really value my gifts will value me and pay for reading are not black. And I think that's always been trippy to me. Black folks complain, too, about paying for a reading. Ooh, that's too pricey. Or they'll go and pay for a reading from someone that's out their culture. That's wrong to me. Support your own. Embrace us. Why not?
Because I've never seen, honestly, I've never seen a black person in the limelight, so to speak,
Mm-hmm.
with this gift. They've always been white.
White. Yeah, that's the truth. And this is why we're discussing this today. You know, it needs to stop. Support your black sisters and your black brothers that have abilities. Support them. Open up homes for them. I'm definitely going to do that in the future. I'm in the process of doing that now. They need the support. It's sad that it's not happening, but I'm going to do something to change it, what I can do. So that's why I'm honoring this moment of you talking to me about it, because you will constantly turn on the TV. You won't see a black reader on there. That's just what it is right now, and that'll change in due time. In terms of the skepticism, I feel, you know, people definitely need to research. Not everybody is God-givenly psychic. You know, there are things that people can use to help them see into events or situations, and this is called divinational tools, whether it's tarot cards, whether it's gypsy cards. And I don't knock it, because at times I use tools as well when I feel drained energy-wise. But you guys definitely have to research a person's testimonial of past clients that they've already read and see what testimonials they've left. Okay, they should have testimonials on there. Well, HeartsEye gave me a reading in 2012 that this would happen. Prediction came to pass. Thank you. So, you know, you research a person before you exchange energies with them. And also, be careful who you exchange your energy with. You know what I mean? I think my abilities, they're like, oh my gosh, you're so important. It's like such a huge responsibility for me. People's lives are ultimately in my hands. You definitely have to do your research, view the person's rating, the person's testimonial, and you'll know. That'll be like your first clue, okay? That person have 2, 3 stars, a little iffy. That person don't really have any, like, testimonials or, you know, a web platform that I could go to view their testimonial. So that's a little iffy. But also go with your higher intuition as well. If something keeps telling you to get a reading from that person, then that's spirit realm, because that person could also be just starting out and having built up the clientele to get their ratings or their testimonials too. So you also have to listen to your intuition. All 3 of those will guide you in the right direction for the person that's best to read you.
What do you say about people who say, why are you giving readings on this person who's passed or this person? Just let them rest in power, rest in peace. What is your response to that?
You know, sometimes, though, you do have to let their spirit rest. Sometimes when it's too soon and that spirit, the person's spirit has just transcended in the spiritual realm, you do need to leave them alone. Mm-hmm. So that question I view in different perceptions, because that's how I view the spiritual realm before I even channel a spirit. I have to ask if it's okay first. Not only God, but then through my ancestors and my spirit guides. And if they tell me no, you're not allowed, I'll respect that, because you do have to respect your gift. You can't abuse it. Mm-hmm. So sometimes in a lot of situations, you do have to let them rest till it's the right timing, or you have a say-so from the higher ups. And then in a lot of times, you do have the go-ahead. You'll instantly know it when you're gifted. Okay, I do have the go-ahead, or I don't. And for the people that's quick to say it's evil to channel spirits, that they all should be arrested, that's not true, because people here that mourn over the spirit that's crossed over, they'll have the spirit stuck here because they're mourning. It's an intentional form of being stuck here. Okay. But say, for example, when a spirit leaves, right? Mm-hmm. And if they leave without the proper healing, say, for instance, the spirit was murdered, or another example of, someone was raped. Those spirits, half the time, Quencie, they don't even know that they've been crossed over.
Wow.
they do not know. For people that say leave them alone, they don't know that they're crossed over. They need help to be crossed over. I got to help them. People do get stuck earthbound. This is a real life thing.
Wow.
Because you can't see it, don't knock it. That's what I tell people like that. There's a lot of situations that causes us to need to help the spirit, transcend where they need to go. Whether it's into the light, whether it's somewhere else.
So you're not just helping people that are alive. You're also helping spirits that have crossed over.
Yes. I consider myself a psychic medium. A psychic, the psychic parts of me, I'm able to see past, present, and future of someone that's physically still here, life. The medium side of me is when I'm able to see things that are in the other realm, whether it's spirit, whether it's angels, whether it's Jesus, whether it's demons. I've seen all of that, and that's what my mediumship abilities allow me to do. The psychic ability allows me to see past, present, and future. Okay, I see somebody that's been on a wrong path for about 5 years. This person have a drug addiction, or this person just keep making the same mistakes. My psychic abilities will go warn that person, will tell me, go warn that person. But wait for them to come to you. Wait for them to come to you first. I always have to wait for a person to come to me first before I can intervene, because everyone will always have free will. So you always have to allow the person to pick and select you to help them and guide them. My psychic abilities I use as a guide for people that are still here. Whether they're in the wrong career path, I'll tell them, you're not in the career path. I have people to come to me. Why do I feel so stagnant? Why do I feel constantly unhappy? I'll be like, because you're doing what this earth would allow you to do versus what your spirit. You're not doing what you are purposely here meant to do. You do things that you love, that you crave to do, then you will have abundance. But when you select a career doing opposite, say, for instance, if you go to school to be a nurse, but your heart and your spirit really isn't into helping people spiritually or healing people, you're going to be miserable going to work every day.
Right.
Whether you go to school to be a doctor or nurse, you're going to be miserable. You're not going to feel fruitful in your life because you're doing something only to accumulate money versus than what your spirit told you to do. Whether your spirit told you to go out and be a drummer, an artist, you have much more happiness doing things that your spirit tells you to do versus what this earth tells you to do. Yes, we need money to survive, but whenever you're doing what your purpose is to do and what your spirit and your higher power tells you to do, you'll always have abundance of fruit. You'll never be without. I learned that a long time ago. Thank you, God, I did.
When did you know that you would serve people in this way?
I was a caregiver for about 8 years, and in the time of me being a caregiver, before people would cross over that I was caring for, I started feeling okay. Like I started getting a little drained with the physical aspects of helping people.
Okay.
And I told myself, I got to step out. I'm not going to care no more about what people think about me. I want to do it now spiritually. Initially, I went to school to be a pharmacist. I was going to school to be a pharmacist. I stopped at my associate's degree. I remember the pharmacist that when I was doing my externship, she was my supervisor at the time. She looked at me. She said, just make sure this is something that you really want to do. And it was coincidence because the last month of my externship, I was really debating that within my thoughts. Like, is this something that I didn't feel happy? I would just go, walk up in Walmart, walk to the pharmacy department, walk in my little box, and fill prescriptions all day, And I'm like, seriously, like, this is not, I didn't feel whole. And I said, what makes me whole is my I'm missing the spiritual aspect of me. I need to bring in, I wanted to combine all of them. Mm-hmm. Still staying in medical, yet spiritually helping people, but not being so hands-on. Because when I was doing caregiving, I was hands-on helping people. I would wipe people's butt. I didn't care. Mm-hmm. It made me happy. Helping people makes me happy. Mm-hmm. And that's what I always had enjoyed doing. But after my client passed away, his name was Frank at that time. He used to call me Little Turkey, and I was pregnant with my daughter. Mm-hmm. Before, I knew something bad was going to happen the week I had left him, but I was just going on my 2-day break. I had the weekend coming up, and I was going to be off for 2 days, right? Mm-hmm. And when I was walking out his door, mind you, I took care of him for about 2 years, and he had became the closest client to me, him and his family. They were very close to me. And I stopped at his door when I was leaving for my 2 days off, and I turned back and I said, I'm really going to miss you. Just like that. I didn't know, though, that it was the feeling of death, like he was getting ready to die. I just knew it was getting ready to be a change, because at that time, I couldn't read in-depthly myself.
Okay.
I still could read other people, but I hadn't got how I'm able to read myself now. At that time in my life, I was younger. I was like 19. I didn't understand it. I'm like, okay, this feeling I'm getting, I know it's for myself, but I didn't know it was for myself. Mm-hmm. I ended up having my daughter that night when I left. When I turned around and I told him, I'm going to really miss you. He said, I'm going to miss you too, Little Turkey. Because he called me Little Turkey and I called him Big Turkey. Uh-huh. And I said, you have a great weekend. I'll be back to work in 2 days. And he said, okay. So I left. I left and went home and I laid down. I went to sleep. I woke up screaming because I just had a prophecy that I was getting ready that I was going to have my daughter early. And my baby's father was just like, I'm sure everything would be okay that time. And I knew it wasn't, so I'm like, no, this is the first prophecy, like, that I'm getting from myself. Like, this is important. Mm-hmm. The next morning, anyhow, I had an OB-GYN appointment. I go to the hospital. I tell my OB-GYN, something's not right. Can you be sure to just look over me? He tells me, I think it's just blacks and hicks. Don't worry about it. You're about to be a first-time mom. This is natural. I couldn't tell him, Quencie, look, they sure to check me. I just had a vision last night. Something's wrong with my baby. He would have been like, okay, escort her to the nutty bin. The girl losing her dang mind. I couldn't tell him that. So I'm just urging him with my words, check me, something isn't right. He didn't check me thoroughly. Like he didn't check my uterus. Mm-hmm. He didn't check to see if I was dilating. Mind you, I wasn't even in no pain. Mm-hmm. Spirit was just urging me to urge him that something was wrong.
Okay.
I wasn't in no pain, though, at that time. So he sent me on home, and he told me that he wanted me to take a week off from work. So fine. I went back home, and I laid down. I woke up about 12 o'clock in the morning, I think it was, with sharp pain. And I instantly knew, I said, okay, something's wrong. Instantly knew some sharp pain. I went to another hospital. Let me just fast forward this story. So I went to another hospital, and they checked me at a different hospital, and a lady looked at me. She said, ma'am, you dilated already 3 centimeters?
Oh, wow.
I said, are you serious? She said, yeah, you've been in labor now for some hours. I said, wow. So then they transferred me back to my hospital. Then my doctor made it there the next morning. Now I'm in labor. They're trying to keep her in me the longest possible, because I had another 3.5 months left. I was 25 weeks. So they're trying to keep her in me as long as they could. And my doctor walked in and he said, I'm so sorry. He said, I'm so sorry. He said, I should have checked you. I should have checked your cervix, and I didn't. And I just, that prophecy had to happen, and it happened. I had her early, but she was great. It made me stronger. She was in a hospital, though, for 3 months till she was fully developed and big enough to come home. Some things that we see as leaders are difficult when it's dealing with our own life. You know, I call them prophetic visions that I have. Those things are just not, you know, they'll break your heart like, dang it, this about to happen. Or maybe I could intervene and stop it. Although I know I can't, I still try to with most things. When I say prophetic, is when I know it's no way I could change it.
Okay.
Those are like direct visions that God gives me, and it's kind of like, this is going to happen. Prepare yourself. Wow. You know.
So what is the difference in like, you know, fate and having free will? If you have free will, why can't something be changed?
I believe that we are here, like we do create our destiny by our thoughts and our actions.
Right.
He gives us so much free will. He doesn't give us all, you know, complete control over everything. Some things are just meant to happen to shake up your path. You know, especially if you're directed on the wrong path. Mm-hmm. God can always intervene and shake it up and put something out there for you to get right.
Right.
So you don't have full control over everything. He gives us free will. He just don't give us all of it. He don't give us all of it. You know, he gives us enough rope. And when we about to hang ourselves, he'll throw in a loophole there to intervene and stop us, or to shake our path up to get our attention somehow, way possible that he can, before we really step ourselves in a ditch. That's what he do. And that's what he continue doing. So that's my outlook on fate and things that are meant to happen. A lot of things I feel, though, you know, happen in a spiritual realm before it happens in a physical realm. Mm-hmm. That's how I'm able to see a lot of things with people, because I see it first through the spirit. It happens first in the spirit, and then it's getting ready to happen in the physical, so I'm able to see it because my mind's eye, I can see it in the spirit. So that's how I look at it, and that's my perception on that.
How do you deal with people who don't even believe in God?
Well, people that don't believe in God, to me, you know, they're still sleepwalking. Okay. They haven't completely stepped into their awakening or their knowing the way they think they have, whether they're a spiritualist or not. They haven't completely stepped into their consciousness. To me, I don't deal with them on a one-on-one basis. At all, but I do pray for them. I don't wish them bad. Right. I just don't have judgment on them. I think that God will show himself to them in his own way. Right. In due timing. That's what I think about people that don't believe in him or acknowledge him. I'm not a Christian, mind you. I consider myself a spiritualist. So I deal with a lot of people that have perceptions like that, but I can still interact with people that don't believe in God. Because what I'm here to do is to still give love and light, and to still guide paths in their life to help them. I'm not here to worry about if they believe in God or not. I'm here to try to mentor and direct them. Eventually, God will appear to them by himself. All you're supposed to do is really pray for people like that. You can't really force people to feel the way you feel. Yeah. You can't control people to do what you would do. You gotta, you know, step back. You be there for them. You show them love. You be kind to them. You pray for them, but you can't dictate. You try to help them the best you can, but you can't help them to where it starts depleting or draining you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I do. And I like what you said. I like what you said earlier about that what other people believe, feel, I mean, that's not your business. It's, you know,
it's not. And I'm so glad I learned that, you know, as I got older. Like, what other people think about you or me, that ain't our business. No. That's all lay stuff.
Yeah. I agree with you. What has having this gift taught you about yourself?
It definitely taught me that I'm very powerful in terms of who I am, what I'm here to do, my purpose. It definitely taught me that I have a huge responsibility while I'm here. And it definitely taught me that I have to stay spiritually full and complete and whole every day. So when I help people and it drains me, I have to go back and pray over myself. You know, I'll start off with it's kind of like, I don't know, I'll just give this like metaphor. You wake up every morning, you're positive, right? You're happy, you have your glass of water full, meaning your spirit within you. You're happy, you're bubbly, you're positive, you're motivated. As you help, as I help people, one reading, it'll, you know, take about 2% away from my spiritual tank. So my water is now low 2%. By the end of the day, I'm down to about 95%. I have 5% left for myself. So I have to maintain my spirit every day. I have to cleanse. I got to cleanse my home, cleanse my car, pray over my house, pray over my kid. I have to constantly do that because every time you interact with somebody, they have an energy, they have a spirit in them. Just like houses have energy, it'll rub off on you. So I have to maintain myself. First priority when I wake up every morning is myself. I have to be right within myself first before I can help anybody else. I have to refill my tank every day before I help anybody else. At night, I have to refill it up before I go to sleep. I have to cleanse all that stuff off of me. I'm doing my purpose, but it's very draining at times. And that's something I've learned about myself. I have to constantly tend to myself after all the help, all the giving. I'm left sometimes with, zero at the end of the day. I did my purpose, but now I'm left with nothing in my tank. So now I have to go back and fill my own tank because I'm in charge of myself. No one else could fill your spirit for you. Yeah. No one else could, pray for you how you could pray for yourself and over your home, over your kids. Robbie up in here praying. I go through every room. I take it very seriously.
I love it.
You used to come in your house, you can't see them, but the spiritual world is something else. There's things over there. It's so easy for them to enter your house, mess with your cars, hop into people that you love, hop into you. Different personalities will come out. You got to be very careful with your spirit. I take my spirit now very seriously the older I get. I don't connect with people that are always going through things, meaning I won't like hang out with them like that. I'll help them. I'll be there to help them. I don't look down on no one. I'm not a snooty type of person. I just won't interact and like go and hang out or, things like, because I got to be very cautious with my spirit now. They'll come through my mind, then it'll attack your spirit. So you have to stay guarded. I have to protect myself spiritually all the time. And that's one thing I learned about myself, that my gift is I have to be very responsible all the time for my spirit because I'm helping other people with their lives. And I'm responsible when I help people with their life. I'm like responsible for the outcome at that point once I deliver the message to them. I have to let it go and release it, but I'm still responsible with how I maintain my spirit to make sure my message is going to be delivered right. Because if I have a whole bunch of stuff going on within myself, my message and my delivery to this person could be not right. It could be tainted with something bad. You get what I'm saying?
I do. And when you said like cleansing, like what are some tips that you can give people like when they move into a new house, like burn sage or something? What's some good? You
can burn sage. You could step within the front of your house, and you could just start praying in every room. Whatever form of prayer that you like to do, or whoever likes to do that. But believe in your intent. Believe that nothing can enter your home. And do it at least twice a month. Don't forget, this is important. People think that if they pray once a year, they're okay. It's spiritual warfare every day. Are you kidding me? You're going to be prayed up.
Prayed up.
You pray in your car. When you get in your car, you pray over your tires. You anoint and you pray over your child. But you make sure that you're cleansed first. You don't want to pray over your kid if you're drunk Or if you're not right, your spirit is tainted. You know what I mean? You want to make sure that you're right when you pray over other people. And when you pray in your house, too, because energy attracts energy. Light attracts light. Dark attracts dark. See, I will roll with you, Quencie, because you're about the light.
I'm about that light, girl. I'm about that love and that light. Wear my sunglasses on, because I'm about that light, that bright light.
You don't want to, have you got, I don't know if for you, but have you ever had someone that want to, like, steady constantly call you, and when they do, they always got an issue going on?
I'm sure everybody has had somebody either in their family, in their friends, their list of friends
and before you know it,
yeah,
and if they're not careful, before you know it, their issues and all the stuff that they have will start affecting you and your spirit. You'll become a little bitter, like, ooh, this is starting to rub off on me. This energy not right. You got too much problems going on. Like, get yourself together. I love you, but you got to get yours together. I can't be connected with you right now. I love you. I'm going to give you this wisdom and this outlook to guide you on your right path, but I can't embrace my spirit. I can't give my spirit to you.
Good point.
My spirit got to go to God. I can't give my spirit to you. I can't roll with you no more like that. That's to rub off on you. You know, it's energy and the spirit. It connects and it can disconnect. It's all about your approach to it, not allowing it to when you do spiritual cleansing. But you know, you pray throughout your rooms in your house. Pray over your property. Pray your cars. Pray over your kids all the time. People that forgot about prayer. People that forgot about meditation. Praying, like I said earlier, is when you talk to God, when you're venting about things. But meditation is when you listen for your results.
Now that, you know, you have embraced your gift, you know, you went through this journey and everything, do people always try to get you to read them?
More so from randoms, not from people that know me personally. People that know me personally respect me. But my grandmother's, like, she pays some readings from me. I channel my grandfather from my grandma.
Wow.
Every, like, 6 months. And she loves my readings because I actually just gave her a reading, like, last week. And some of my ancestors that I had never met came through with the channeling. And I had to ask her, who is this person? And I was writing down the names, and she go, oh, that's YouTube. I know who that is, but it makes her so happy. And I'm like, I learned something with that reading.
Talk about when your brother passed away. That was like the first time that you saw death, and how he came back to you to let you know he was okay and to give a message to the family.
2014, it was of June. I was staying back in my grandma's house at that time because I was waiting for the house that I was going to move in to be completely ready. And I was sleeping in my old bedrooms. And at that time, my brother was still alive. He hadn't passed over or anything yet. It was about 2 months before it was going to happen. And I fell asleep in my bedroom. And I woke up. And I walked down the hallway, and it was horrible. I looked at my grandma and said, I told her, I said, this got to be the worst vision yet. And she said, why? What's getting ready to happen now? You know, and I said, well, something getting ready to happen to Michael. I said, I see that he passed away in a dream. And in my vision, he was walking down the street of my grandma's house, and there was people surrounded him, a whole bunch of guys with swords trying to attack my brother. And he tried to run into a house for safety. And the house he ran into was a house across the street from my grandma's house. And in a dream, I opened up the door, and he fell. And he had died in the dream. And I told my grandma about it. I said, I know this is prophetic. She knew it was because everything I see then came to pass. And I was scared. It was horrible. It was the worst. I tell you that. I tried to run. I tried to ignore it. I'm like, okay, this can't happen. I left my grandma's house, I think the very next day, because I was so frightened by that vision. You know, somebody I love, like, this can't happen. Well, maybe if I leave my grandma's house, it won't happen. I don't know. And I was just praying to God, like, please don't do this. Please don't do this one. Don't do this one.
I mean, did it make you like want to go hang out with your brother like every single day? I mean,
I had hung out with him. I didn't want to tell him what I seen, and I didn't want to tell my mom what I seen or everybody, too many people in my family that. I didn't want to scare them. I only told my grandmother. I wanted to keep that pretty private. Mm-hmm. And when I seen my brother, he was talking about how he was going to find him a thick woman to marry because she'll always be able to cook for him. He said, I'm tired of these little skinny ones. They don't do nothing. I'm going to find me a big one too. And he said, at least she'll be nice. She won't try to take all my money and she'll cook me a nice meal every night. Our last talk, we were just talking and vibing, and I didn't want to bring that up to him. I didn't want to tell my mom. I didn't want to scare them. And mind you, it didn't happen until about 2 months later. It happened August the 6th of 2014. My brother was at a store, and mind you, guys, out here in Bakersfield, we just had 15 murders out here. It was 2014 and 15 combined, with police brutality. The officer now has been fired. He no longer works for the county, and, we're still fighting it in trial and everything with wrongful death. But 2 weeks later, going forward, August 6, 2014, he was at a store, and they accused him of trying to harm a lady, but that wasn't captured on video. He didn't harm anybody, and it shows that. And then moments later, it shows the officer coming up and just shooting him, thinking that he had a weapon in his hand, which he had at his bike block. Mind you, my brother was schizophrenic. But Quencie, he was raised by all women. Mm-hmm. He was raised by all women. He would never hurt nobody, their kids, and try to, whatever they were saying that he did, it was false statement. That's why it wasn't shown, because that never happened. He didn't harm nobody. And so, yeah, we're still taking out the trial, and just wanted to say that part. I can't say too much because it's still pending, the trial and everything, but definitely, like my brother's death, there's going to be bigger calls for it when I look back now, but I shut my gift off. I didn't care to help people no more after he passed. I didn't want to. He actually is the only reason I started back using it when he came to me. And yes, he's come to me 4 times since. He came to me the very first time. I went into about 3 months depression. I laid in my bedroom and I cried. And he came to me and he tapped me on my leg and I jumped up. And I hadn't did no readings in all those months. And I was so silly. I said, I told you I could always talk to dead people. And he was laughing so hard. I said, you see me? And he said, yeah. And he was laughing. He said, you need to get up. He said, I'm going to take you and show you I've been okay and show you who I'm with. And he had took me to our great-grandparents. And for the first time, I had seen my great-great-grandfather crossed over. I had always had astral projected and seen my great-grandmother, but I had never seen my great-grandfather. And that was hard, but it gave me like a lot of closure. And they were telling me that I needed to be strong and I needed to get back using my gift. And God allowed it to happen because it was just my brother's timing, and it delivered a message to the family to let it go and to move forward. And my brother looked at me and he said, it's time to start back, living, sis. I'm okay. And he had the biggest, brightest smile, like he always smiled. He was like the most peacefulest person. And after that is when I said, okay, I'll start back using my gift. For him. I did it for him. And last year, I always had faith in God. I've always been very close to him. But I started losing my faith in Jesus because I'm like, how are you guys letting this happen without my family or people's families here getting closure? I started being a little resentful, and I stopped praying as much as I should have last year. And it was about October the 19th or the 20th Jesus, I had a vision from him. He came to me. In the vision, I was standing in a dark room, and it was an entity. It was a demon. It was trying to get close to me, and I had a huge crucifix in my right hand, and I was banishing it in the blood of God and in the blood of Jesus. And I was telling it couldn't get near me, and it needed to go back where it came from. And the thing hit the ground, and it was a huge dark room, and I walked out the door. The doorway was already open for me. Mm-hmm. And I started walking down this long hallway, and it was so dark, I couldn't see. Mind you, in the vision, I'm knowing that I'm crossed over. I'm knowing that, okay, I'm sleeping, but I'm in a prophetic vision, and my spirit is out my body. I know that I'm astral projected right now. And I just battled something. I already know this. And I'm feeling victory because I just defeated that thing. And I'm walking down this long, dark hallway, and I remember thinking, okay, God, you going to wake me up yet? I ain't about to be stuck here. And I'm walking, and I remember this tall man walking towards me. And as he was walking towards me, he had a bright colored dress on, and it was white. Mm-hmm. And with his dress, it was a huge ball of white light. Mm-hmm. So as he's walking to me, his light is walking to me. And when he got close to me, his eyes connected with mine, and I instantly knew. I said, Jesus! And he had the biggest smile. He said, I am. And he
Wait, can you say that? Can you say that again? Wait a second. Can you say that again? Jesus?
I said it just like I was like, Jesus! And he looked at me. He had the biggest smile. And his energy, oh man, his energy was so beautiful. And I remember him giving me like a big hug, and his hair was shoulder length. It was like the length of mine, and it wasn't straight. He looked totally different than how people have him in churches. His hair was like kinky, like mine. I would say my texture. He is Middle Eastern looking. He's not white looking, and he's not black looking. He's Middle Eastern features. Mm-hmm. He's like, what's the name of the rock? What's the rock's name? The Rock.
Oh yeah. Dwayne Johnson.
His complexion is like that, right?
Okay.
He looked like he was about 31 years old, Quencie. Mm. He had piercing, beautiful, like green hazel color, piercing, penetrating eyes. Mm-hmm. Jesus is fine. I can feel that way, but he is gorgeous. His spirit, everything's so beautiful. Mm-hmm. He had on like a long white dress, and I think he didn't have on no shoes. He was barefoot. Mm-hmm. And he just hugged me, and I was so in shock. I woke up right after that hug, and I looked at my clock, and it was about 1:30 in the morning, and it was about October 19th or 20th. Mm-hmm. And I cried. I said, I'm so sorry for thinking that you wasn't there for me no more. I'm so sorry for forgetting about you. Mm-hmm. And I remember crying tears of joy. And I said, you didn't have to show yourself to me, but you did for a reason. Mm-hmm. And when you contacted me and I put that vision together, I said, ooh, they really over there doing their thing for me, okay? The next day, Quencie, after Jesus appeared to me, the officer that killed my brother and he was also tampering with the dead body of another young boy out here. Mm-hmm. He have about 2-3 different cases on him right now with different families. Mm. They fired him the very next day after that vision. Wow. And I told him, thank you so much. I had finally had the sense of like justice, like more closure and peace for myself after that. You know, no money, although we're doing a wrongful death, no money can bring back nobody I love. It would be nice, but that, to me, that vision, and then them firing him from the county, that was okay. That was okay. It's still not enough because he's still going to get it. Mm-hmm. Jesus, God not playing with that man. Mm-hmm. You know, he's tearing him up, but, you know, it's his vengeance, not mine.
Right.
Yeah, that was definitely the most saddest. the most baddest thing I ever seen and had to live through it. I'm so strong. Like, I've been through so much.
It sounds like it. So having a gift doesn't prevent you from still having to live life, you know?
No, it doesn't, and that's when I have to maintain being balanced. You know, one thing that makes me be a kid again, having fun. You know, being grounded around my family, having conversations with my grandmother about spirituality or my cousin's health. You know, for the ones that understand it. Yeah. You know, that keeps me grounded. You know, and it keeps it balanced. Having fun, you know, that keeps me balanced. You always have to have balance in everything that you do, because when you're working more than any other element in your life, it creates an imbalance. You have to nurture, you know, there's 5 elements in life: earth, air, fire, water, and ether. Ether is spirit. If you're not maintaining your spirit, and if you're not maintaining emotions, emotions are the water element of life. Earth is a working element of life. You know, air, you know, you have to maintain all the elements to become truly consciously whole, you know, and to have that balance. You can't do more and not do none of the others. You'll always be inconsistent. No matter how hard you try, you will still be, one will be, all of the other ones will be sacrificed. You have to take out time to give balance to each individual area. You know, there's a lot of women and men that may have great careers, but the element of the water element, which is the emotions in their love life, is off. They don't they don't really have a great love life, or they're not married, or they're not in, you know, relationship, because they nurture one element of their life and then balance out, or try to put you have to put some type of energy into every element. Right. You can't leave the tank without nothing in it. Exactly. I know when I get old, I don't want to be old and alone. Right. Like, I want to work, but when I get 70, I don't want to be, like, lonely. So I'm going to nurture my love life, too.
Wait, and this is what I want to know, like, how do you
nurture my spirit? When I die, I don't want to go to hell.
How do you have a relationship when you have this gift?
I'm not married. I'm not married yet, but you have to really find your yin and yang. Yeah. You know what I mean? I dated, but when I would tell the person that I was psychic, of course they're gonna be like, she's straight up crazy. I ain't calling that. I ain't going on a date with her again. They're gonna be like, she is not. What the heck? You know? They'll like pretend like it's all good. Like, yeah, I'm gonna call her again. But then a day later, they'll send it like a little text. You know, I'm headed to church this Sunday. God bless you. You're very nice. But you know, I already be knowing what was up. Like, I know this person thought I was a straight cuckoo bird.
But what day do you tell them that you're a psychic? Like, do you tell them on the first date or when you're in a relationship?
I tell them when I'm like dating a person. When I was dating, I'm in a pretty good stable relationship right now. Okay. And it's actually with someone that understands everything that I do. Is very open to everything. But I already had knowledge about everything I did. So when I told them, it made it easier because they already have the knowledge, and they're someone gifted themselves too. Nice. But I would tell when I was dating, I would tell them probably on like the third date. Because I'm very open, I'm very honest, and I love myself. And if a person, if I don't connect with the person, if they don't connect with me, it's okay. I'm going to stay true to me. I'm not going to hide who I am, how I see people do. Right. I ain't going to hide who I am. If I don't hide who I am from my own family, I'm not going to hide who I am for no man. Period. That's not going to ever happen. So they're going to find out because my big mouth's going to tell it. I'm a psychic. Right. You know, they don't think I'm crazy, and that's okay. I think that they just lack understanding. So it's give and take. But, you know, to each their own.
Right. Well, I can't wait for this part, which is the celebrity predictions.
Oh, you know, my gosh, me neither.
Because you know, if you're a psychic, right?
Yeah, that's right.
We want you to predict some things, and I'm a celebrity interviewer, so
All right.
you know. Okay, so I came across you, Chris, when you did I don't know, what is it, a prediction or a Whitney Houston medium? Like, what did you do? What was that? What is that video called?
I was a mediumship channeling. That's
Okay.
when I channeled. Whitney was on my mind heavy for about, I would say about a year. I was being told from my spirit guides that I needed to create a YouTube channel, but I couldn't for a while. They wouldn't allow me. One day, they said, okay, you need to do Whitney Houston and start preparing for it. You need to channel her. It's okay. You need to channel her. You need to deliver some messages for her. And that's when I did, that's when I did the Whitney Houston channeling. And it's been on my YouTube for about a year now, I'd say, or going on a year. Like, I didn't know that it was receive so many views. Like, I'm so thankful for that. You know, it was just me and Spirit in one room with the lights flickering on and off with her talking to me. And her spirit was just awesome to talk to. Like, she's very blunt. She is so blunt. And I'm like, that's the only spirit that I've ever channeled that was telling me what to do. Like, that just was a blunt spirit. Like, I'm like, she is just so awesome. Like, she's telling me what to do. Her spirit is so powerful, still on the other side. Like, after that, I said, wow, okay, this is good. So I said, okay, I'll continue doing that. My spirit said, okay, you can. You know, they gave me the go-ahead to. And so I upload on my YouTube.
What's your YouTube page?
Rarely.
What's your YouTube?
It's PsychicHeartsEye, and I do my videos. I post the channelings rarely. I'm gonna start doing more psychic, personal readings live on there of people that are still alive, and every now and then I'll do a mediumship with those that are crossed over and deceased, because it takes a lot of energy, and I also have to make sure their ancestors approve of it, because those that cross over, they still have ancestors too, whether they're dead or alive, and their spirits have to approve it. The spirit itself has to come to you. They have to, come to us to ask us to translate messages for them. Like, you have to be very respectful of it. I don't take it as a joke. It's not a game for people that just go off and say, well, do this reading or that reading. I be hearing y'all, I do, but I have to be respectful of that person's spirit that's crossed over and their ancestors. It's not just a 1, 2, 3 type thing to me. It's a process. I have to make sure everything is okay. First, I need to make sure if their spirit is okay, if their spirit is ready, have they figured out how it is been on the other side? Is their spirit going to be angry if I try to channel them? Am I getting a go-ahead to okay? I have to it's a process for me too, like any type of, it's my job, of course, but it's also my gift. And with me looking at it as my job, I have to take precautions, and it's a process. Mm-hmm. And, with my gift, I have to be protected. I have to make sure that they allow me to do that, because, things could go wrong, or, if you're not truly given, how can I say, permission to contact a spirit, you can anger them and upset them, Mm-hmm. Sometimes they do want to be just left alone. Mm-hmm. If you just go out looking for something to channel, mm-hmm. you have to make sure that they want to talk to you, that it's genuinely, that spirit is genuinely there wanting you to talk for them. That matters.
Whitney wanted to talk to you, or the ancestors wanted Whitney to talk to you?
Whitney wanted to talk to me, but I had to also make sure that her ancestors would approve of it. Okay. Whether it's her mom that was still here and those that are crossed over. And also I had to make sure if it was okay then through my guides and my people and God, because it's like different portals that you have to make sure everyone is in agreement to this. Mm-hmm. When you go out I see people just going out just to conjure up stuff, and they don't know what they're doing, mm-hmm. and they're not respecting the spirit. Mm-hmm. That's not good. You have to respect them as if they were still here. If Whitney was still here, you best believe you're going to have to ask her permission first before you could talk to her.
Right.
Because if you didn't, she's going to be like, girl, boo. I'm so serious. She's so blunt.
Yeah.
She's going to be like, look at you. You didn't ask. You have to be respectful. And that's how you have to still be when they're gone. Just how they were when they were here. You have to be respectful. You know?
Is Bobby Christina with Whitney?
She is. She definitely is. And Whitney isn't allowing me. See, Whitney's not allowing me to read Bobby. A lot of people was wanting me to do a reading on Bobby, but I said no. Her mom isn't. She's not allowing me. She's not giving me permission. Whitney is very protective over Bobby. Just how she was here when she was alive. She's just like that. She wanted me to tell what she wanted me to tell, but you have to be. She wants her daughter's spirit to be protected, and she want me to leave her alone. You know, she don't want me to go into that. I've never did a channeling on her. I would never do it for YouTube views neither, because Whitney told me no.
What I hear from you, which is different from any other psychic that I've watched on TV, is I hear the respect of spirit. You talking about God and the ancestors, and that's new to my ears, but I love it because the way in which you present it is very respectful. You know, it's very respectful.
Yeah, it's very important that people, you know, still, although that they're crossed over, they still come and visit us. They still respect as if they were still here physically. People look at, you know, the deceased as like a fantasy. Like, you can't just do anything or say anything about them. It's, you know, and you got to still respect them as if they were here, although they're not. It's just being respectful of them, because they still see things, they still hear us, they still could come visit us. You know what I mean? And once we take spirit into consideration, we're more compassionate and understanding, like, okay, that makes sense. But a lot of people don't know how to look at it in that perspective, so that's why I had to say it like that. And
yeah, well, thank you, because
put that out there.
No, I love that. I love that, you know. So people love celebrity predictions, and we're going to go through a few and see what you have to say about some of these following celebrities in 2016 and your predictions. So are you ready, Psychic Hearts?
Girl, yes. I'm always ready.
I heard that. I love that.
Who do you have for me?
Okay.
What's the first person?
The first person is Bill Cosby.
Oh my gosh, Bill really had a tough year last year. You know, a lot of the women were just really in it for money. This year, 2016, I definitely see that Bill's relationship with his wife is going to get back on point. More so, when I tap into Bill Cosby's energy, his wife was more hurt than anything. Like, it really took a toll on them physically and emotionally. I definitely see in 2016 that their marriage will get back on course. She's very loyal to him. Very loyal, but very hurt, very just tired of the media. I see that his life throughout 2016 is definitely going to go smoother. He's just going to pay out some more money to someone. I see that he's going to have more losses, a little more loss with money, I'm hearing, but definitely the year will go out smoother for him. Like, he don't have to really worry about them going to be being on his back too much longer about nothing. Like, they're going to let loose and just let the man be. I mean, he's older, and that's that. And everybody needs to leave Bill alone, and he'll be okay. 2016, just watch and see for yourself. Also, I feel like he's going to come into some form of new contract, and this is feeling like a business venture or something else he's going to sign up to do, which is going to be a business venture. It is going to lead to him having more success, so he can have a reimbursement of what he gives out in terms of money for 2015 and the beginning of 2016. Because I do see him going through just a little bit longer with dishing out money, maybe it's to lawyers, to courts, to more people, but I feel like it's going to all be swept under the rug and left alone with him. Yeah, that's what I see for Bill coming up. He'll be okay.
Did he do it?
I feel that a lot of it was conspiracy with him. I feel that a lot of it was all about money. I feel that a lot of it was consensual. A lot of lies were being told on him. I don't feel like he raped nobody. I always said that. I actually posted that on my Facebook page about a year ago. And I said that he's going to win and he's going to be left alone. I don't feel like he ever raped nobody. I feel like if anything, it was consensual. And then before you knew it, the woman or some of the women started twisting it up and spreading some lies on him. His name is going to get cleared up. He never forcefully raped nobody. And, you know, a lot of them, I feel like, because I could see some of the meetings, they actually liked him. A lot of them really liked him, but they twisted up their stories and made it look like he took advantage of them later down the line. But a lot of them wanted him or was intimately, attracted to him at one point. And a lot of them lied on him. His name will be fine, and he has not physically raped nobody. I didn't see in none of my visions him physically raping anybody. I see in a lot of my visions with these women that they would have like meetups. They would probably be, you know, having a drink, but it was consensual, and the woman wanted him. The women, a lot of them wanted him.
Okay.
Wanted him romantically. His name will get cleared up.
Okay.
So that's what I see with that.
Okay. Next up, Taraji P. Henson, famous cookie on Empire.
Oh my gosh. I love you, Taraji. I love you. Taraji. She's a strong something, I'll tell you that. Like, her energy is so strong. Taraji P. Henson, I feel that her money in her life will always be good. I always see abundance around her. I see abundance for the year of 2016 surrounding her. Her career is always going to be okay. A sacrifice that I do see in her life is within her love life. I don't see her getting married. I don't see it this year. I didn't see it next year, and I didn't see it the year after. So I don't know what's going on, but I didn't see that. I did see that she was probably recently dating somebody when I was going within her energies, but I feel like it's a recent, probably breakup. She's hiding. Taraji is also somebody that's very private within, her love life. She's not very, she's not going to, open up and tell people really what she goes through in her love life, but I don't see her love life going great at all, and I didn't see marriage surrounding her, but the money part for her in 2016 will be fine. I feel like she's also going to get another business venture, and this could be with doing, another pilot or another series. I also see that she is going to stay with Empire for a little bit. Empire isn't going to last that long. I don't see Empire going into 2019 or probably not even 2018. I feel like it'll last probably another year and a half, but I feel like it'll the show will be cut after that. But she'll still be fine. Her abundance in her life will always be great. It's just her love life. So Taraji, if you ever listen to this, you could always come to me for some clearing out to see what exactly is going on, what's causing you hindrance in that area, because I just don't see marriage for her for the next 2-3 years, which is just bad, because I do see that she is lonely. When I look at her, she's very lonely. She's okay. She submerged herself into her work. She's always been like this. She's a workaholic, but she do crave somebody in her life stable-wise, and she just can't keep the person, or or the person just hasn't entered. So, yeah, she could definitely contact me for help, because help is needed for her. Just because you got money, that don't mean that you don't need spiritual help.
Right.
I
agree.
Certain aspects, so she wants to go deeper and see where the root is stemming from, what the problem is. Because with her reading, I would definitely like to go deeper within her and see, okay, what's the root that's causing Taraji's love life to stay hindered? Because I see it like a root chopped off. I don't see it growing. I just see it staying. I don't see it moving nowhere. She doesn't have movement in that area. She has movement in her career. I don't see her having no more kids. I see I see her being okay, just lonely, without a love life, but a great career.
Okay. All right. What about Jennifer Lopez?
Oh, Jennifer Lopez for 2016. I feel that she's going to stay a little stagnant. Jennifer is going through like a conflict within her thoughts of what she wants to do. Like a part of her lost herself. Sorry, you guys, about that. But a part of her lost herself throughout the time when she was, tending to her family and stuff like this. I do feel that. What is his name? Mark Anthony, her ex-husband.
Yeah.
He's still emotionally supportive of her, financially and emotionally. He's still around. So he helps, but Jennifer is in a stage in 2016 where she's going to be really trying to find her niche of what she can do or what's her calling next. And I feel like it's confusion for her in 2016. I don't feel like she's going to go, how can I put it? I don't feel like she's going to be really in knowing in 2016. It's almost like I just see her kind of finding herself or getting herself together, regrouping herself. I do see that she is going to be a little more social, like going out a little more, but in terms of like an album or like starring in a film, I feel like that's going to take time because she's trying to figure out what type of album she wants to do and what type of starring and acting does she want to do. She's in the state of confusion in 2016. One thing about Jennifer, I see great support family system around her. Like she has a lot of good people that love her within her family that will support her and that's there for her. She has a great unit and foundation and structure around her with culture, and that's something that actually means more to her than anything, Yeah. But she's also in a state of creativity blockage in terms of her career, to be honest with all you guys. So that's what I see that she's going to go through in 2016.
Okay. What about Tamar Braxton?
Oh, gosh. Tamar is funny. Tamar, for you, girl, in 2016, man, I feel that your career is kind of going to be in limbo. Sorry to tell you, I feel that you are a very driven person. I love you, by the way. I love your music. But I feel like in 2016, you're going to feel like in limbo. You're not going to feel like you're really accomplishing everything. She's not going to feel like she's accomplishing everything that she really wants to, music-wise and artistic-wise. I feel like she is going to go through, this is different because hers was with a little twist. Like, she's going to have some stagnation within her marriage. And I feel like her marriage could take a turn and have a few humps and bumps about 2017 because she's going to feel like she's kind of stuck and trapped. And she's going to start feeling like her husband is kind of blocking her momentum, her movement in regards to her music and her identity and stuff. And this is something personal, but this is something also that she's going to be going through. Also, Tamar in 2016, she needs to be careful of her health. Tamar have a tendency to overwork herself. Mm-hmm. She works. She got to learn how to be patient and how to roll with balance and movement of the universe. Stuff happens when the universe wants it to. When you try to force the universe to work, sometimes it'll just keep pushing you back. So she has to learn how to balance out her emotions with her creativity and her health. Definitely her health and not overworking herself. Her marriage I feel like is going to have some humps, some ups and downs in 2017. Not 2016. I also see that I'm looking into her. She's going to have, there's going to be a conception in a family. And I'm a little bit in limbo if it's going to be the ending of 2016 or 17. But someone within the family, or this could also be her, is going to conceive. Tamar, contact me if you want an in-depth reading so I can see more into your life. And I'll know if it's going to be you or not and tell you ways to make yourself feel free. Tamar likes her space, and I feel like sometimes her husband kind of will kind of just take full control, and that makes her feel like she's not developing her growth. Her potential is not really showing how she wants it to. Vince is great. He can be a little moody. He's very romantic, but a little too smothering over her, and that annoys Tamar. And Tamar, you know what I'm talking about, girl, boo. Next.
Oh gosh,
Yeah.
that was really good.
It's gonna be okay. I didn't see. By the way, I don't see Tamar's music really shining in 2016. My spirit guides are showing me that she kind of needs to just take a break. Like it's her album, like the music that she would put out. She'll do okay, but she won't do as good as she did the first time. It's kind of like she needs to like regroup everything because she's not gonna get as much credit as she did the first time within 2016 for her music at all. So that's just what I'm seeing to come. And you guys will see it too. Like when she dropped like a hit song or something, it's not gonna really get as much hype as her first album did. And I just feel like because she's feeling like a creativity blockage and being smothered because there's something personal there going on that's affecting the outcome of her art. Okay. Music is art. If you have issues going on within a certain area of your life, it will affect every other area. So that's kind of that's what I see for her. But she has a great family. But yeah, she's going to be going through that in 2016, trying to get her career, on point to where she wants it to be. Tamar she has great motivation for great work ethic. She likes things big, but she just wants to really fly like a butterfly. And I don't see that she's feeling like she can. Like people, and I feel like more so it's not people, it's her husband like trying to dictate what she should do, what she can't do. And she's just annoyed with it, whether she shows it or not on TV. It's the truth, and it's what I see. Okay,
all right. What about Lamar Odom?
Yeah. Oh, man. Lamar Odom, he's still healing. He's very ill. He has a lot of turmoil from, his childhood that still affect him with the habits in his life. But 2016, I feel like he's going to really be more in search of himself. He's also going to say a lot more to himself and withdrawn from the media and society. I feel like he's currently, right now, wherever he's at, he's in a more stable environment in his living space, which is good. I don't know if he's around family, friends, whoever. The house or the location that he's staying in is spiritually helping him heal faster, which is a good thing. I feel like he's a little guarded from his wife, but his heart still wants her, but he's starting to see through things. I'll just word it that way. Okay. I don't see them divorcing until around 2017 is when I see that the divorce will more so be finalized. It's almost like he'll probably try to get back with her, but she don't really want him like that. But he's really going to be getting it through his head this year to move on with himself, heal himself, take care of himself, be a man. And that's what I see him doing this year. A lot of healing, a lot of physical healing, mental healing, releasing things that no longer serves him, letting go of that lady that don't want him. And moving on, that's what he's spiritually needing to do, and that's what he'll be doing in 2016. He's also going to receive some form of opportunity to end in 2016 within his career. So that'll make him a little happy. It will not be a whole lot of hype around him, surrounding it, but he will receive some form of business opportunity to end in 2016 that will bring him some satisfaction.
Okay, and the final celebrity prediction for Kanye West.
Oh man, Kanye West. He says he's the best rapper of all time. Kanye, I feel that you are just, oh my gosh, he's so tense. He's he's extremely, for one, protective over his family. He's protective over his house, over his money. He's got to learn how to loosen up. His 2016 is going to be about some lessons of learning how to let things go and how not to be so tense. I feel like he's going to be dealing with some conflict. It's going to be about 2 to 3 more conflicts in 2016 for him. I feel like his album, it will be successful, but it's not going to be successful as the last album, which is going to blow his ego a little bit. I would say it's going to damper it a little bit, but his album will be okay. It just won't be as great as his last album or his latest album that you've had. I feel like his marriage will start being a little rocky. The ending or middle of 2017. I feel that Kanye in 2016 will also have to learn how to keep his emotions in check. Kanye is very sensitive, whether people know this or not. Like, he's so sensitive, and he, like, every little thing agitates him. He has to learn how to live life and smile, and this is his lesson in life, you know, just to be happy and enjoy the moment. I feel like also there's going to be some form of delay within the album, or maybe it being pushed back just a little bit. It could be like a week to 2 weeks or even a month, because I just see a little delay within the album. But yeah, that's what I see for him. He also needs to watch his words and conflicts, more so conflicts. He's like, he never learns. Like, you know how a person goes through things they're supposed to learn, their lesson? Like, conflict with him, he still hasn't learned. So he's going to be tested with more conflicts just to see if his ego or his pride is big enough to walk away or to give in to. And I feel like he will have conflict with about 2 to 3 more other people throughout 2016. But he just needs to learn how to let it go, not stir it up. It could be just arguments that's thrown out of proportion or whatever. His money is okay. I see Kanye as he has a lot of fortune surrounding him, a lot of fruit. I see a lot of oranges, apples, like all types of fruit. So I feel like he'll always be okay in terms of his fortune, his money. He also needs to learn how to give to those without more, because Kanye is not very given. Kanye isn't given at all, my spirits are telling me. He needs to learn how to give. Yeah, that's what I see for Kanye. So
okay. And today is like a big political day in Iowa.
Oh, yeah. Idiot.
And so I would be remiss without asking you about the presidential election. You know, who will be our next president?
The next president, are you guys ready? It's going to be Hillary Clinton. It's definitely going to be Hillary Clinton. That's who I see. I actually seen that she was going to be elected after Obama. Why I didn't know it was going to be Hillary, but I had always seen a woman being elected after Obama, and it's definitely going to be Hillary Clinton as our next president of the United States. I definitely, without a doubt, know Hillary will be the next president. She's there in my vision. She's going to be the next president. You know, all eyes going to be on her, as Tupac could say at the end, because she's going to be the next president. It's not only because I'm a Democrat, but because that's just who I see winning, you guys.
Okay. Well, you know, the one thing that I say about your prediction is we'll know if it's true or not. I mean, just time will tell. Yeah, time will tell. Yeah. And if they're wrong, everybody gonna think I'm a nut. But we know it's true. But no, my predictions come to pass. They're gonna definitely come to pass. You guys wait and see. And maybe next year I'll come back and give you guys more predictions, or we start doing predictions on other things. We'll wait it out. We'll definitely see. Well, all these things will definitely come to pass. Also, what else did I want to say about Hillary? Hillary, when you do win, if you could contact me I just wanted to put this little plug in there. You want to contact me for a reading, Hillary, after you win. While we're on the topic of Hillary. Right. And I'll tell you what the other presidents will be up to, or
the other people that were going against her and everything. I just wanted to shout out Hillary Clinton. I think she's strong, and people don't give her enough credit. I think a lot of women are strong.
Do you have any world event predictions?
I do. I have a few. You know, when I was like going in my deep meditations, I kept seeing a lot more smaller crafted airplanes. I still see 2 to 3. We're going to have issues with. It's going to like fall or, you know, scatter somewhere. So 2 to 3 small aircraft will be ascended. Will go in a section, meaning we won't be able to locate, or they're going to like fall onto land. Accident. Okay. In terms of the weather, I feel like for California, because last year it was a lot of dry lands. We didn't have a lot of water. We were, oh man, it was really bad. But for us in California, 2016, our winter is going to be great. Like, we're going to have a lot more storms, a lot more raindrops, a lot more openings. So that's going to be great. I feel like the trains are going to do well. I don't see no major things with any of the airplane systems. I feel like some technologies, new technologies is going to be formed in the forms of like computers or cell phones. Like, it's going to be some upgrades in terms of that, technologies and things. So those are just a few I see, but more so California. The East Coast will be okay. The East Coast is going to kind of remain how it was last year, what I was seeing throughout my vision, but the West Coast is definitely going to have a lot more rain.
Well, that's good. That's good because it's a drought here, so.
Yeah, huge drought, because we were placed on like a water restriction out here. I don't know if you guys were there. Mm-hmm. We were out here, and it was really bad.
Wow.
We won't have to deal with that 2016. We're going to have a great winter, and just watch out for the airplanes in 2016.
Will it be terrorist related or just accidents?
No, it's not going to be terrorist related. It's more so going to be accidents. Okay. With I'm in my vision, I'm seeing the smaller aircraft. Mm-hmm. The smaller ones. Okay. So that's what we need to watch out for and make sure that they're working properly. If you can't really have other means of going somewhere, then just hold off. I wouldn't really suggest hopping in the smaller ones because there's going to be a lot of issues with them. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like a warning too. Okay. That's the only major warning I see in terms of global to watch. In terms of warnings, or the smaller aircraft. Okay. We're still gonna have problems with those, and they'll be like climbing and down, not making it. So be careful out there, you guys. Okay. Besides that, we're gonna have a great winter, so I'm happy for that. East Coast, you guys will be okay. I don't see a lot of tornadoes or nothing like that. I see one earthquake, but I feel like medium earthquakes. I don't see nothing major for California at all. Okay. So you guys don't have to be on eggshells, you know, nothing like that major. The world's not going to end this year. Okay. I don't know when it's going to end because I'm not God, but I know it ain't going to end this year. Okay.
Now, for my favorite part, you said that there might be a message that Whitney has for moi. I mean, come on now. I can't get more happier than that.
Whitney wanted me to send you healing, Quencie, because with you and her, you guys, your connection with her is kind of like how I am going to be, or something with me with you. It's like a full cycle connection. She definitely wanted me to tell you that it's okay to release her and to heal her. She also wanted me to send you like big hugs and thanks for everything that you did. Like, when people forget about her, like, you've always been the type of person to bring her up. You know, you always like to talk about her. You always like to keep her memory going, and she like admires you for that strength. And she it's like she always had that, you know, you believe in yourself to go after what you want. You know, go after it. And she's really proud of you. Like, you've come a long way. She's so proud of you. She just want me to hug you, like send you a bunch of hugs, and tell you don't stop believing, you know, keep going. you're also going to get your own show. It's not going to happen yet, though. It's going to take time. It is going to take time, but she's going to open up a door. She's going to open up a lot of doors for you. She's actually one of your guides in terms of, like, connecting and getting you connection. She's going to open up a door for you, and you're going to have your own show as well. And she's want me to tell you thank you for the documentary that you did. That healed a lot of her family, too. I don't know if you know that her mom watched it, but it really meant a lot. Like, everyone really, like, loved it. You know, she's, like, so proud of you. Like, you always had love for her, and she just want me to send you healing and also to release her because you didn't completely heal from her. To, like, completely release her and let her go and know that you'll be okay. And to thank you for everything that you did in her memory. Like, that's important to her. That is so, like, she loves you for that. She's like, say it a little louder. Damn, lady. Shoot, I can't yell it. See, they just, like, some of them just, when they know me so well, they just pop in. But yeah, she loves you, Quencie. You'll be okay. You are a star, baby. That's what she just said. For me to say, you are a star, baby. Keep going. Keep going.
Oh.
And, yeah. So, yeah.
Man, that's like the best ever. That's the best ever.
Yeah.
That is the best ever. I love her so much, so I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that.
No problem. No problem at all.
Now, I want to get somebody who wants to believe. It's a little bit of a skeptic, I think, but you know.
Yeah, she is. She definitely is. Definitely guarded with people in general. The girl be on guard.
Right. But I'm going to go get Tam because I wanted you to do just like a little snippet on her, you know, and then we'll close out with you telling us exactly how people can contact you for their own private readings. So just hold on for a second, okay?
Hello.
Hi, Pam. How are you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm awesome. I'm doing really good. I'm doing really good. So you wanted me to give you a little reading snippet today. Would you like one?
Sure. Who's going to turn that down?
I definitely seen that you were very guarded. You were definitely guarded with probably stuff like this in general. You know, psychic readings, predictions, and stuff. And that's okay. You know, for you, Tam, I feel that you are very, like, you've been through a lot. You know, you put on a good face, but you've been through a lot. I feel like your 2016 is going to get better for you.
Okay.
I feel that you also have to start balancing out your priorities more. Because when I was channeling your energies, my guy said she wants to move, she wants to regroup, she wants to get her stuff together, but be sure to tell her that she has to balance out, prioritize more, or organize more, okay? I don't know what this means for you, but that's the message that I was getting. I also get that money will come to you. Like, you'll be okay. I feel like you're going to start a new business venture as well. You have, like, brilliant ideas. I don't know if you're an air sign, but you have, like, great logic when it comes to, like, creating things, planning things, ideas. Like, you're very good with things like this. You're very articulate, but they want you to use that more.
Okay.
Use it more, okay? I definitely feel like you'll be moving. Not yet, because I still see that you're trying to get it together. Mm-hmm. And it's like I was saying earlier, you're going to be trying to find like your yin and yang in 2016, because you've kind of been all over the place. You're a little homesick too. I don't know if you're like miles away from your home, but I'm feeling like some distance. Like distance. Like you feel kind of like, like you're like very grounded. Like you're very grounded. You're very real. You don't fake. If you feel things, and let's go back to Whitney. I'm not comparing you to Whitney, but the character-wise, you speak what you feel, and if you don't feel it, you won't say anything. You're very like, no, not really, but you don't fake it, and that's awesome. I like your energy. 2016 for you, you're definitely going to be working on balance, structure, getting your own place. Relocation, I see for you. I also feel like you are like, you're feeling, I don't know if you're feeling like it's not coming fast enough, but they're saying be patient. Like, it's okay. You'll be okay. And you know what that means, but I feel at times lately you be thinking like, dang it, what I'm going to do? Like, this ain't coming fast enough. I don't know if it's the money aspect or you just wanting to feel more freer. Mm-hmm. But this is a feeling I'm getting like, oh, I just need to do this, that, but it needs to happen faster. And they're saying, you have to be patient. You know, you have to be patient and you have to balance out and organize more, but you definitely have it. You definitely have all the skills that it takes to get there, and you will get there. But it's going to cause some patience and it's going to cause time, okay?
Okay, well.
And some healing. Also, you have, I don't know, you have like an energy about you where you would be like a great business owner.
Okay.
I don't know did I say this already? Because sometimes I be talking so fast when I get the messages. But I feel like you're going to have another business venture that's going to open up to you, but you are going to be like your own boss of things.
Hallelujah.
Another business venture that you're going to start. Another one, okay?
Okay.
Also, I feel like you're going to, like, travel soon. And it's more so to be reconnected. Does your family live, like, a ways and miles from you?
Yes, like 2,000 miles away.
Okay, because they're saying she's going to travel back home soon. That's where she be grounded at. Like, you have heartbreak moments. Like, you're not like a loner, but you are. Like, you don't really like to connect with just everybody. You're like me, kind of like you'll rather have one or two good friends than to have a bunch of fake ones. Like, but you're definitely going to, like, relocate. I mean, not relocate back there soon. I feel like you are going to get your own space. You're definitely going to get that, but it is going to take time. But I feel like you're going to try. I heard you're talking so fast. Oh. Okay, they said she's going to travel back home to visit her family soon and to reconnect with people in her family soon. That's where you stay grounded at. But it was time for you to leave from there. So don't feel bad about leaving. Because I don't know if at times you feel bad about, like, leaving. Yeah. But it was time for you to. You just be homesick. You just feel a little. You have Quencie. You got me. I'm a psychic. I'm a phone line away, boo. It's okay. It's just taking you time because it's a little different. Like, you're more grounded. You're more the upbeat, the fast stuff. Like, it takes you time for certain things. But you're very smart. Know your skills, know your power, and also maintain order.
Okay.
Know bad habits and want to get rid of them, too, because I don't know if you had some bad habits that you were trying to shake, but they're bringing up that as well. Your 2016 will be great. You'll be blessed. You hang in there if you be positive and if you be balanced. Balance for you is the key for your 2016.
Wow.
Balance for you will get you out of feeling stagnant or stuck, like you feel stuck. Okay. Although you're there and you're doing everything you wanted to do, you still feel stuck. You're not feeling like you're really shining or growing the way that you want to, and that annoys you because you have a lot to offer, but it's just not coming to you fast enough, and that's where the patience for you is going to go back. You got to remember what I tell you at times like that. You got to like think, I know it's going to take patience. It's going to take resilience. You got to fight for everything that you want. You got to work hard. You got to be patient. And you'll be okay.
Okay, that's awesome. Well, to confirm, I am actually moving. At the end of this month. And yes, it is very hard when I have to leave my family every year, every time I go home. And I will be going home in June. And it's a battle, especially with my niece and mom. You know, it's they don't want me to leave. And it's tough, and I have thought about moving back home several times, and I'm like, but I want to live in LA. So when I make it to where I want to be career wise, I'll be bi-coastal. But the thought of leaving my family definitely is always hard. I mean, you definitely said a lot. I definitely have to balance because I do have a child, and now working and trying to balance that. Mom and work life has definitely been challenging.
Right.
So yeah, and definitely as far as like being real, I mean, I'm the type of person that you can see it all over me. It's hard for me to hide how I feel about things. So you definitely were on point with that. I mean, you were on point with, I'm like, how does she know I was moving? Yeah. Who told her that? Quencie, did you tell her I was moving?
No, I didn't. I did not tell her, I promise. And
no, she didn't tell me anything. And you know what? What's so crazy is out of all, like, everybody, you were the hardest.
Really?
Because when I got to your life, it was so much pain there, but yet it was so much strength there. And I'm like, what is this? And then I felt like I just kept feeling everything. Then I'm like, okay, I just need one category from this person because I can't deal with everything I'm seeing for her.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But you'll be okay. I think the move is going to be good for you. You'll be okay. You'll definitely be okay. I don't see you having no more kids no time soon. I only could see it to like 3 to 5 years, and my spirit guide kept blocked me when I kept trying to see past that for you. But I definitely know for a fact you won't have no more kids for the next 2.5 years, which is good because I feel for you, you definitely need to balance out first and get everything else in order.
Okay.
And you know what that means. I don't really want to go into everything, but yeah, so that's what I've seen in terms of like kids. But the move is going to be good for you. I'm like proud of you for hanging in there and not relocating because my guys was like, acknowledge her move and acknowledge her, staying strong and stuff. And because I do see that you are so homesick. You do get homesick. Because you like to feel grounded. You like to be around family. You rather be around family than superstars or, you like doing what you do though, but you love being grounded around family.
Right.
And when you're not close to them or situations to protect them, you will feel some type of way.
Okay.
You take it personal. Don't take stuff personal. You are meant to live out your purpose in your life. Everything takes time. Everything takes time, and just remember to balance. That's just so important for you. And I'm so glad so you're still a skeptic?
Now, who told you that? You know what? I'm just like, I don't know. It is what it is. No, I'm definitely. I mean, you hit on a lot of things that are very true. So I can't say I'm a skeptic because they were true. So I'm a believer.
Yeah.
Hallelujah. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for allowing me to read you and opening up your energies to me.
how can people contact you for a private reading?
They can contact me on my Facebook page at PsychicHeartsEye Readings, or you all can email me at heartseye870@gmail.com to book your sessions and to know the prices and fees. Also, I'm going to give Quencie the links to put in the description box below so you guys will have the links. And yeah, you guys are more than welcome to contact me for mediumship readings, psychic readings. I do tarot. I do gypsy. I also channel auras. I read auras. I do guided meditations and clearing out blockages. A lot of people have blockages that they don't know about. I'm here to do that as well. So just contact me to book any consultation, and I'll be here for you. I might not respond like within the first hour or two, but I definitely will get back to you all within no more than like 5 hours prompt. So, yeah, be ready to have it. And I always urge people to have your notebook and your pens ready for your readings, to write down all your predictions that I say that are going to come to pass for you. So once the prediction happens, you could go back and leave me a rating and a testimonial of, hey, Heart, your prediction came to pass for me on this day. And, the spirits appreciate that as well.
This has been great. We've talked since 11, so we've talked for like almost 2 hours, over 2 hours.
2 hours?
Yes.
I'm sorry, Quencie.
It's all good. It's all good. I mean, it's just going to be a really long and wonderful podcast.
Okay, awesome.
And my last and final question is, what's the weather going to be like tomorrow?
the weather is going to be cold. It's going to be cold. It's going to be cold, but then it's going to get a little sunny throughout the daytime. So it's going to switch. It's going to be colder in the mornings, and it's going to switch out to be a little sunny, but yet cooler throughout the day.
So she don't play. She a weatherman too. That's what I'm talking about.
I do DNA tests too. Yeah, I do.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. I done told so many people if the baby was or wasn't, and my prediction was always right.
Wow. Wow.
So I'm like better than Maury because I can just do it over the phone.
So you hear that, everybody? Just schedule a session with HeartsEye, Psychic HeartsEye, and she'll tell you if that's his baby. Okay?
He's so silly.
Well, thank you so much. It's my very first interview with a psychic. I mean, and so it's been so interesting to learn about you, your gift, all of these celebrity predictions. You done read Tam on the spot. You done told me a personal message from Whitney over and beyond.
Yeah, I read another celebrity today, Quencie Thomas. Out to her. Studio Q show. Quencie, not Quencie, but Tam be getting it on there. I know she was singing that. Now you know.
That's hilarious.
Yes, I was singing it last night when I went to sleep. I love this song. I woke up to a Studio Q show. I was like, that little song is the bomb. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
And she came up with that. So, well, she actually wrote something for the Gayle King show that was on OWN TV, and that got canceled. But she's like, oh, I could just flip it and put your stuff in it. I said, oh, okay, thank you. I'll take leftovers.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Studio Q show. Now you know.
You are listening to Studio Q.